Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Damlola Wanze, a digital marketing executive here at Futuresoft, and you're welcome to Launch and Learn. Launch and Learn is a bi-weekly program where each staff gets to train people on different topics relating to our industry. If today is your first time joining us, you are very much welcome. Today, our head people and culture in person of Aderinola Amoda will be taking us on today's session on the topic digital connections, human interactions, cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workplaces. I limit your mic as we continue with the session. And if you have questions to ask during the session goes on, kindly drop them in the chat box. They'll be addressed by Darren after the presentation. Thanks for your cooperation. Over to you, Darren.
Thank you, Damilola. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another Launch and Learn series. My name is Aderinola Amoda. I'm the People and Culture Manager here at Futuresoft. And today, we will be learning about digital connections, human interactions, cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces. Let's dive in. Okay, now here is the outline of today's learning. We will be speaking on understanding emotional intelligence. Here we will speak on the definition of emotional intelligence, its components, and the importance of human connection in digital age. Okay, and thereafter we'll speak on emotional intelligence in virtual spaces. Here we will learn about the challenges of virtual workspaces and the benefits of cultivating AI in virtual workspaces. We will then move on to speak on the strategies to develop emotional intelligence in virtual spaces. Okay, there we'll speak on the various highlighted strategies, key strategies that would help us in developing emotional intelligence in virtual spaces. Thereafter, we'll speak on the key takeaways. There we'll speak on the conclusion, recommendations for individuals, recommendations for organizations as well. Okay, all right then, moving forward, emotional intelligence. Okay, hearing the statements emotional intelligence, what comes to mind? Emotional intelligence is a fundamental aspect of human interaction, and it involves the ability to recognize, to understand, and manage emotions in oneself and in others. Okay, and it encompasses a set of skills that enable individuals to navigate social interactions effectively and build meaningful relationships. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and effectively navigate relationships with others as well. It goes beyond just the intellectual intelligence, and it plays a vital role in how we navigate and interact with the world around us. It plays a vital role in effective communication, building relationships, and resolving conflicts as well. In virtual workspaces, emotional intelligence is even more important and critical, as non-verbal cues are often limited or non-existent. So in a virtual workspace, an all-round success requires an optimized intelligence and emotional quotient. So emotional intelligence is also known as emotional quotient, or you could term it as EI or emotional quotient. So we'll be referring it to that as we go on in this learning. Okay, so moving forward, what are the components of emotional intelligence? Okay, first we'll speak on self-awareness. Self-awareness involves understanding one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and goals. It includes recognizing one's emotions as they arise, understanding the impact on thoughts and behaviors, and having an accurate self-perception of oneself and also of others. Okay, then self-management, another component to speak to is self-management. Self-management refers to the ability to regulate and manage one's own emotions. Okay, so knowing your emotions being aware of your emotions is first, then being able to manage and regulate it is another. Okay, you're able to manage the emotions, your impulses and behaviors. It involves the skill of controlling emotional reactions, adapting to changing circumstances, and maintaining a positive and resilient outlook regardless. Okay, so another component of emotional intelligence is social awareness. Social awareness focuses on recognizing and understanding the emotions, needs, and perspective of others. It includes the capacity for empathy, being attuned to social cues, and demonstrating an understanding of different social dynamics and cultural norms. Then you move to the next, which is the relationship management, which is another component of emotional intelligence. Relationship management. Relationship management involves effectively managing relationships with others. It encompasses skills such as communication, collaboration, conflict resolution, and influencing others. It also includes the ability to build and maintain positive relationships, inspire and motivate others, and navigate social networks. Okay, so these are the major components of emotional intelligence. Now, in this picture, we see that emotional intelligence extends beyond individual self-recognition and self-regulation. It emphasizes the importance of social awareness and relationship management in building successful interpersonal connections, and then, fostering effective collaboration as well. Emotional intelligence is seen here as a set of interconnected competencies, that enables individuals to navigate social interactions, understand the emotion of others, and build strong and meaningful relationships. Now, you see here that there's a highlight of recognition and regulation, which is in action. Recognition and regulation work hand in hand to enhance emotional intelligence. Recognizing emotions allows individuals to understand their own and others' feelings, leading to greater empathy and relationship building. Regulation helps individuals manage the recognized emotions effectively, leading to improved self-control, decision-making, and conflict resolution. Okay, so regulation here involves self-management and relationship management. Okay, so then we move to the personal and social competencies, which provides a balanced approach in this interconnectivity. Personal competence and social competence are interconnected and equally important here. Developing personal competence enhances self-awareness and self-management, allowing individuals to bring their very best selves to social interaction. So developing social competence enhances social interaction and relationship building, allowing us to connect with others authentically and cultivate positive and collaborative environments. As we increasingly rely on technology for communication, we risk losing the emotional intelligence necessary for successful human interaction. Okay, and human connection or interaction is a fundamental aspect. It's a fundamental aspect of emotional intelligence. It's a fundamental aspect of our lives. It impacts our well-being and overall success and happiness. In the ever-evolving digital landscape that we are in, human connection has transformed significantly. While technology has provided us with new ways to communicate and connect, we have witnessed a shift. We have witnessed a shift from the traditional face-to-face interactions to a reliance on digital connection, just as we are presently operating. So as we consider the need to optimize emotional intelligence in human connection in the digital space, it is also essential to review the importance of human connection at this time. Firstly, we'll speak to mental well-being. Now, mental well-being it calls for genuine human connections, and it helps. Genuine human connection contributes to our mental well-being by providing a sense of belonging, support, and then validation. Meaningful relationships can alleviate stress. Yes, it can alleviate stress. It promotes mental well-being. It reduces feelings of loneliness and improve overall mental health. Also, emotional bonding. Human connections allow for emotional bonding, empathy, and the sharing of experiences. The ability to connect on an emotional level enhances our understanding of one another. It strengthens relationships, and it creates a support system during challenging times. Another importance of human connection in digital age is the physical health it promotes. Research suggests that strong social connections have a positive impact on physical health. People with strong support networks tend to have lower levels of stress, better immune function, and improved longevity. So personal growth. Yes. So it's also important. It also emphasizes on the importance of human connection in digital age. Human connections provide opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. Through interactions with one another, we gain insights, perspectives, and learn valuable life lessons from one another. Relationship acts as mirrors, so helping us to understand ourselves better and develop one another is one thing that improves personal growth. Moving forward, we'll be speaking on emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces. The rise of virtual workspaces has revolutionized the way we collaborate and interact, which enables remote teams like us to thrive in a digital landscape. However, virtual workspaces also present unique challenges that can hinder human interaction and emotional intelligence. Now, in this discussion, we will be speaking on the challenges faced in virtual workspaces and how cultivating emotional intelligence can foster meaningful connections and enhance digital interactions. Firstly, we'll speak on the lack of verbal cues. Okay, so this is a communication barrier in virtual workspaces. The absence of non-verbal cues, such as the facial expressions, the body language, the tone of voice, they can lead to misinterpretation and misunderstandings. It becomes harder to gauge the emotional context of messages, which may hinder effective communication. Another challenge of virtual workspace is the lack of social presence, which is emotional disconnect. Yeah, so the absence of physical presence in virtual workspaces can create a sense of emotional disconnect. It becomes really challenging to establish a personal connection and build trust, as the interaction often feels transactional and impersonal. Another challenge of virtual workspace is reduced spontaneity. Now, in traditional settings, usually, spontaneous conversations and informal interactions play a crucial role in relationship building. Now, in virtual workspaces, these spontaneous moments are limited, making it harder to develop a sense of oneness or togetherness or camaraderie, and which foster a positive team culture. Another challenge of virtual workspace is the isolation and disengagement, which is social isolation. Now, working remotely can lead to feelings of isolation and disconnection from the team. The lack of face-to-face interactions and shared physical spaces can hinder the development of that strong bond and the sense of belonging within a team. Another highlighted challenge of virtual workspaces is reduced collaboration. Collaborative work and brainstorming sessions may be more challenging in virtual settings. The lack of immediate feedback and the ability to read the room can hinder teamwork, creativity, and also innovation. Also, another challenge of virtual workspace is the digital fatigue it may bring. This could be caused by an information overload. Constant exposure to digital communication platforms and virtual meetings can lead to information overload and mental exhaustion. It becomes really challenging to maintain that focus and engagement, impacting the quality of, this impacts the quality of interactions and emotional well-being. Addressing these challenges requires a proactive approach that combines effective communication strategies and the cultivation of emotional intelligence, and also the establishment of a supportive virtual work culture. By acknowledging and working towards overcoming these obstacles, individuals and teams can create a more connected and engaged virtual workspace that fosters meaningful human interaction and cultivates emotional intelligence. Moving forward, we would be speaking on the benefits of cultivating emotional intelligence. In this digital age, virtual workspaces have become increasingly common, and this requires individuals to adapt to new communication tools and technologies. In this dynamic environment, cultivating emotional intelligence plays a pivotal role in promoting effective collaboration. It plays a pivotal role in promoting effective collaboration and also in building meaningful connections and also ensuring the well-being of all employees. Now, let's explore the compelling benefits of cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces. Firstly, one of the benefits of cultivating emotional intelligence is that it enhances communication and collaboration. Cultivating emotional intelligence enables us as individuals to communicate more effectively, even in virtual settings, by developing self-awareness and empathy. We can navigate various perspectives, understand non-verbal cues, and adapt communication styles to meet the needs of others. This will definitely foster trust, improve active learning, and promote meaningful engagement, which results in enhanced collaboration and teamwork. Another benefit of cultivating emotional intelligence in our virtual workspaces is that it builds stronger relationships. Individuals who are known to have high emotional intelligence are known to maintain strong relationships with colleagues and others in the virtual workspace. Emotional intelligence would enable you to, take cognizance of the emotions of others, which will in turn help you to navigate how to relate with people. In other ways, it helps to build relationship among diverse individuals. Now, another benefit of cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspace is that it strengthens leadership skills. Yes, known leaders are known to possess high emotional quotient. Really, known successful leaders are known to possess high emotional quotient. Leaders with well-developed emotional intelligence excel in virtual workspaces. They possess the ability to inspire and motivate remote team members. They foster a sense of belonging and create an inclusive work culture. By understanding and empathizing with the emotions of team members, they tend to provide meaningful support, promote well-being, and effectively lead through change and uncertainty. Now, another benefit of cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspace is the increase in productivity. Yes, it definitely helps to increase productivity level of workspaces. Cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces leads to higher level of employee engagement and productivity. Now, when individuals feel understood, they feel valued, they feel supported, they are more likely to be motivated to contribute their best to work. And they have a feel of, or they have a sense of belonging to the team. This in turn fosters a positive work environment, reduces stress, and promotes overall job productivity and satisfaction. Another benefit, a final benefit mentioned here is that it enhances teamwork. Yes, individuals with high emotional quotient are usually very empathetic. They'll have an understanding towards their colleagues and are open-minded. They are willing to pay attention and listen to other perspectives, and then this skill, this attribute definitely fosters teamwork, not just hearing about your opinions or ideas. You tend to have the ability to pay attention to others' ideas, pay attention to others' views as well. This enhances teamwork and definitely adds additional value and productivity to the virtual workspace. Now, cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspace is a transformative practice with numerous benefits. It enhances communication, it resolves conflicts, it strengthens leadership, it boosts employee engagement, it promotes effective team building, it supports well-being. Now, by prioritizing the development of emotional intelligence, both individually and organizations, we can create a thriving virtual work environment where human connections are nurtured, emotions are valued, and productivity flourishes. Moving forward, we'll be diving into speaking on strategies to developing emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces. Yes, so first of all, emotional intelligence, as we had earlier on mentioned, we said it plays a vital role in navigating the challenges of virtual workspaces, and it fosters meaningful connection. We also spoke on the fact that it encompasses the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, both ours and those of others. By developing emotional intelligence, we can enhance our communication skills, build empathy, establish strong relationships, even in a digital environment. Now we'll be exploring the key strategies to developing emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces. One will speak to self-awareness. Yes, we have spoken about that earlier. It's the foundation of emotional intelligence. It's for you to know about others, for you to get to have an understanding about other people's emotions. You need to know about yours first. You need to be aware of how you feel. You need to recognize your emotion. You need to be able to know what triggers you and what doesn't trigger you. So we'll speaking on that. And then firstly, you need to practice mindfulness and self-reflection to understand your behavioral pattern. Okay, so this helps you to be self-aware. Also, regularly assessing your strengths and areas for improvement boosts your emotions and also builds relationships. Also, for you to be more proficient, for you to be more for you to be better at being self-aware, you could seek feedback from others to gain insights to gain more insights into how your actions and words impact them. So recognizing your emotions helps you to develop self-awareness, which involves identifying and acknowledging your strengths and limitations. So another strategy through which we can develop emotional intelligence is through effective communication. Now, clearly articulating your words, your thoughts and ideas in a virtual communication setting, using concise and respectful language is very important. Okay, it's an important strategy in developing emotional intelligence. Paying key attention to how you speak, paying key attention to how you communicate, helps you to develop emotional intelligence strategies that builds you up. Okay, so developing strong communication skills is essential really for virtual workspaces. It involves expressing thoughts and ideas very clearly, and using the right and respectful words. Also, utilizing appropriate tone and digital body language to convey emotional intentions would also play a pivotal role here in ensuring an effective communication. Now, while virtual interactions lack that physical presence, as we had earlier mentioned, we can still utilize nonverbal cues such as that tone of voice, our facial expressions through video calls, and appropriate use of emojis. Aside from just sending your chats, you could utilize emojis or emoticons to convey emotions and enhance that understanding. Also, ask clarifying questions and paraphrase, just to get a better understanding of others' message. For instance, you're chatting with someone, and then for you to get a better understanding, you could just paraphrase what that person has said and confirm if that is what the person actually meant. This builds that understanding. It builds up effective communication. Okay, another strategy that helps in building or developing emotional intelligence in virtual workspace is conflict management. Yes, being able to approach conflict with a solution-oriented mindset and a focus on understanding and compromise. Yes, so once a situation of conflict arises, you don't see it as an avenue to foster more issues. Rather, it's an avenue for you to push. What you are solely interested in is a solution-driven technique, solution-driven mindset is what you, an emotionally intelligent person, will strive to have, such that whatever it is that is culminating the conflict can be easily resolved amicably. So here, practicing active listening and seeking common grounds to resolve conflicts amicably is key. Ensuring fair hearing from both parties, paying close attention with the use of feedback, with the use of communication feedback, just to portray that you're paying attention is key here. That would ensure that will foster common ground and ensure that you are able to resolve conflicts amicably. Now, using constructive language and providing feedback with empathy and respect is also a key feature of conflict management, which helps in developing emotional intelligence. Now, another strategy to develop in order to build our emotional intelligence is relationship building. Okay, so as individuals, as organizations, it's important to initiate and participate in virtual team building activities, to foster connection and to get that spirit of togetherness. Okay, so fostering a sense of togetherness and team spirit in virtual workspaces is crucial for building relationships. Organizing virtual team building activities, such as online games, helps create a positive and inclusive work culture. Scheduling regular virtual check-ins to maintain open lines of communication and provide support is also another way to help in this line. Okay, just as Futuresoft, we would usually key in, we usually check in the morning, 9 o'clock. That way we are showing that we are available. That open line of communication is made eminent in such an instance. Okay, so also showing appreciation and recognition for the contributions of team members also helps. It builds relationship. Everyone loves to be appreciated. Everyone loves to be recognized. So you're pushing forward maybe employee of the month, just to show appreciation for whoever is able to do well within that space, pushes you to get better at what you do, pushes you to feel a sense of belonging. You feel valued, and this definitely would help foster and ensure productivity within that virtual workspace. Another strategy to developing emotional intelligence is through continuous learning and development. Through continuous learning and development. Engaging in emotional intelligence training programs or workshops to enhance our emotional intelligence skills like active listening, effective communication, empathy, conflict resolution, adaptability, and emotional regulation is key. We really cannot know it all in a day. It's a step-by-step process. You keep learning, relearning, unlearning. So it's engaging in various training programs relating to emotional intelligence or workshops on that concept would definitely enhance emotional intelligence skills. It would build you up. And for this to actually take place, there has to be an intentionality in this approach. You have to pay close attention. You have to be intentional to build, so you have to be intentional at building your emotional intelligence. Okay, so engaging in training programs will definitely help in this line. Also reading books, listening to podcasts on emotional intelligence would also deepen one's understanding in this concept. There are a lot of resources on emotional intelligence. It's a very broad concept. There are lots of resources, both online, that one can always reach out to or feed on to get more insights and develop one's emotional intelligence skills. Also seek opportunities for growth and apply newly acquired knowledge in virtual workspaces. So you're not just learning, it's one thing, you applying the learning is another. So when you're able to learn more about the emotional intelligence skills, then applying them, shows the success of your learning. Yes, so another strategy at developing emotional intelligence is empathy and understanding. Empathy here means, putting yourself in another person's shoes, trying to understand another person's view or perspectives, so engaging in active listening, not passive listening, active listening during virtual interactions, paying attention to both verbal and non-verbal cues will definitely boost your sense of empathy and understanding. Okay, when you pay attention to one, you definitely have an understanding, a better understanding of what one is saying, and this will definitely be beneficial during virtual interactions. Practicing empathy by as I mentioned earlier, practice empathy by putting yourself in others' shoes and considering their perspectives and emotions. Yeah, so don't just think about yourself, about what you think, even if it doesn't seem like it makes sense at first, just think about it and try to put yourself in that person's shoes. Okay, so what's this person trying to say actually? Just imagine yourself in that person's shoes. So that way you can probably just have an idea as to what that person is trying to communicate across. So this helps in a virtual workspace. This definitely would help you boost your emotional intelligence skills. Now, also seek to understand before being understood and validate others' feelings and experiences. Yes, seek to understand. So it's just more of being into others rather than just being into yourself. Seek to understand before being understood. Okay, so now by prioritizing the development of emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces, we can enhance, from the various strategies and discourses we've had, we can see that we can enhance our ability to navigate challenges. We can build stronger relationships. We can foster a positive and productive work environment. It empowers us to connect authentically and understand the emotions and needs of others. It also helps us to communicate more effectively, even beyond the workspace, and ultimately leading to that enhanced team dynamic and overall success, both personally and in the virtual workspace. For instance, our team, our Future Sub, is made up of various individuals from diverse backgrounds and experiences. So by valuing each other's unique perspectives, we cultivate a culture of collaboration and inclusion. We leverage technology to stay connected and foster a meaningful human interaction in our virtual workspace. So one way or the other, we try to imbibe the emotional intelligence sense and skill to boost our virtual interaction. Now, key takeaway from this learning so far. the key takeaways, we'll be speaking to, we'll be talking about the conclusions and recommendations will be given to both individuals and organization. Okay, in this fast-paced digital landscape, cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspace is no longer just a nice-to-have skill. It has become a necessity. It is a must-have. Organizations and individuals who prioritize the development of emotional intelligence can always unlock a myriad of benefits, including enhanced communication, improved collaboration, effective conflict resolution, strengthened leadership, increased employee engagement and productivity, and enhanced well-being. By pushing forward and fostering emotional intelligence, virtual teams can definitely thrive, build meaningful connections, and create a positive and productive work environment. Recommendations have been given to organizations. The recommendations are highlighted for organizations to follow through in order to foster a culture of emotional intelligence. Okay, so we'll be speaking on some of this now. Okay, yeah, so for organizations, we can foster a culture of emotional intelligence by providing training programs. Yes, because you probably want to think, how can I get better at this in my organization? How can I do better for my employees? You can foster a culture of emotional intelligence by providing training programs and resources to develop emotional intelligence skills among employees. Also, we can incorporate emotional intelligence assessments, just like the reasoning assessments, or the personality tests. We can incorporate that assessment and criteria into recruitment and performance evaluation processes, just to identify individuals with high emotional intelligence potential. Also, we can encourage open and honest communication, empathy, and active listening within the virtual workspace. How do we encourage open and honest communication? There should be a platform where one can easily access and one can easily reach out to one another in a virtual workspace, and there should be that open access to whoever. You should be able to have that open access to whoever you want to reach out to in a virtual workspace. Any form of blockage should be eliminated. That way you can encourage an open and honest communication system. Also, providing opportunities for virtual team building activities, recognition. Yes, we had mentioned that earlier, where, appreciating employees, providing opportunities for virtual team building activities, recognition and appreciation. This fosters a sense of belonging and teamwork. It definitely does foster a sense of belonging and teamwork. So this should be encouraged in our virtual organizations, just as FutureSoft does. We do this on a monthly basis. We appreciate our staffs. We have an initiative of Employee of the Month initiative, where we appreciate staffs that have done well during the course of the month. We appreciate them by airing them on our platform, sending them gifts. This definitely would foster a sense of belonging and push them to do better. Okay, so also organizations can foster a culture of emotional intelligence by supporting leaders within their space in developing their emotional intelligence skills through leadership development programs and coaching. Learning is an ongoing and lifelong process. We can't stop learning. So it's something we have to keep doing time and time again. So as organizations, we need to look to support our leaders within our space, push them forward to develop their emotional intelligence skills through various development programs and coaching that are available out there. Recommendations for individuals, for us as individuals. Now, for us, it's important for us to engage in self-reflection. We need to know ourselves, understand our personality, have that self-awareness practice to understand and manage our own emotions. This would help us to navigate the virtual workspace environment. Also, seek opportunities to develop empathy and activate, and active listening skills to better understand and connect with your virtual colleagues. So this has to take an intentional approach. Trying to speak with somebody, even physically, trying to speak with somebody, and then you are just looking at your phone and you're talking to the person. You not get the full information of that message. Effective communication might not take place in that stance. But when you are communicating, you are paying attention, you are looking back at the person in the eye, or active listening skills. This would definitely help us better understand and connect with our colleagues in the virtual workspace. Okay, so also continuously working on improving communication skills, including clarity, the tone. Sometimes we say things, when we say things, we mean a particular thing, but then when it's been read, it's seeming like it is something else. But then once we have that emotional intelligence, we can have that open-mindedness to always try to have an understanding or broader view, or better still, you can just call and ask, okay, this was what I thought this means. Could you clarify? This skill would help improve clarity, the tone, and help one in developing that emotional intelligence skill that will be required in a virtual workspace. Also, actively participating in virtual team building activities and engagements engage in collaborative projects to build strong relationships. Yeah, so we need to participate. We shouldn't stay off any team building activities. Participate, get to know, build connections. This will definitely build relationships. And this helps us to navigate the space. This helps to navigate the emotional intelligence space effectively, and help us to practice. It helps us in a virtual environment, virtual workspace environment. Also, prioritize self-care. Yes, prioritize self-care, stress management, and resilience building techniques to maintain your well-being in the virtual workspace. Yes, so you just need to take care of yourself, practice self-care, know yourself, know when you need to rest, ensure you have that work-life balance, and then this will definitely help you build your emotional intelligence skills and will help you to navigate emotional intelligence in a virtual workspace. By embracing and cultivating emotional intelligence in virtual workspaces, both organizations and individuals can definitely unlock the full potential of remote work, foster meaningful connections, and thrive in the digital age. It is an investment that pays off in improved collaboration. It enhances well-being and long-term success in the virtual work environment. Okay, so thank you all for listening. I'm available for questions in respect to this discourse. Any questions or contributions are welcomed at this time. Questions, contributions? If there are no questions at this time, I want to say thank you all for joining this session. Thank you for joining this session of the Launch and Learn. We'll be seeing you same place and time in 2 weeks. If you missed any part of the session, you can watch the replay on our YouTube channel. You can also reach out to us on all our social media channels at FutureSoftNG, or send us an email at info@futuresoftng.com. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of the day.